The Pool family. Hi, Debbie. Who's playing in your team today?
My father, Gordon, my sister, Lisa, and my brother-in-law, Mike.
Welcome onto the show. Nice to have you along, and good luck this afternoon, Deb. So what were you doing at the hospital when the elastic in your undies broke? Were you working there or visiting?
No, I think I was up there with my husband.
Oh, were you? You had a very short dress on at the time, didn't you?
I did. I had to find a seat and sit down very quickly.
Did you? You felt it go snap and, uh-oh.
I just felt them going down and down.
Sit down.
I did.
Welcome, Deb.
Classic. More underpants snapping fun on an all-new old tape on VHS Revue. Please don't leave. Hello and welcome to another VHS Revue. Today's tape comes from the pile of 500 I got from my anonymous Melbourne neighbour. This is tape number 315, which contains the 1950 Alfred Hitchcock film Stage Fright. I think it was recorded off ABC because it's got no ads on it. But there's some gold at the end with 50 minutes of Channel 7's Wednesday afternoon lineup from the 6th of October 1993. Remember Blockbusters? Maybe this will refresh your memory.
House, then home improvements.
Blockbusters is produced in association with Mark Goodson by Fremantle International Productions for the 7 Network. Gary Clare speaking.
Well, that's all we got. But that's okay, because back in the 90s, afternoons on Australian commercial television were basically wall-to-wall game shows.
Introducing our carryover champions, the Watt family. Tammy, Mark, Gary, and Carly. And the Pool family. Debbie, Gordon, Lisa, and Mike. Ready to battle it out for $9,900 in cash and prizes on Family Feud. And now, here he is, the star of the show, Brough.
Welcome, folks. Thank you very much. Nice to have you with us at Family Feud.
Oh man, the game show host in a double-breasted suit. That was a look, wasn't it? And Rob wasn't the only one, because straight after that...
Here it is, the fantastic Ford Festiva Trio, and a host of fabulous prizes, all just waiting to be won on the greatest wheel around, Wheel of Fortune. And now, here's the star of the show, John Burgess!
Wheel of Fortune! Oh boy, as Dixie always says, it's the greatest wheel around. Good to have with us wherever you might be watching. Here's Adriana Xenides in red stripes today.
Hello everyone, resort wear. Look at you. Do we clash or what? Take a
They
look
won't miss us today.
No, they won't. And look at us, we're so different.
Yeah.
Look at
Do you
that
like this?
tie. I've never seen anything like
that. Of course, I had a bit of a flu, you know, so I'm wearing, they said, more vitamin C, Burgess, so I'm wearing my oranges and lemons tie.
Oh, very
today.
good, Virgil.
Yeah.
To me, it looks like an Irish tie for some reason.
Yves Saint Laurent from Tony Barlow, actually.
Oh, well,
yes.
he had to get that in. It's very nice, very colourful.
Speaking of problems, you know that there's the Russian measles have hit town?
Is that so?
Russian measles, yes.
And what's happening?
Well, you break out into tiny red squares.
Oh, he's quick today.
Fantastic. Oh, I just love game shows from this era. The upbeat music, the glittering lights, the fabulous prizes rotating slowly. Today's game shows have got nothing on 90s game shows. They just don't make them like that anymore. And I'll tell you why. Firstly, all these shows, Family Feud, Wheel of Fortune, Sale of the Century, The Price is Right, they all ran for half an hour. That's 22 minutes plus ads. Virtually every game show on Australian commercial television today is an hour. The Chase, The 1% Club, Millionaire Hot Seat, Tipping Point, they are 44 minutes plus ads. They're all too long. Although the recently rebooted Deal or No Deal with Grant Denyer is only 30 minutes. However, I would argue that's still half an hour too long. This ballooning of runtimes isn't just limited to game shows, it's a consequence of the general downsizing of the Australian television industry. At first that might seem counterintuitive, but hear me out. The rise of the internet and streaming, along with the proliferation of free-to-air digital channels, led to a splintered audience and lower overall TV ratings, which meant TV shows in general aren't as profitable as they used to be. So it's a simple matter of economics for networks to make a smaller variety of shows and at the same time make those shows longer in a hopeless attempt to reach the ever-diminishing audience. Just look at Gladiators, which is exactly what most Australians didn't do. When the original Aussie version was made by Channel 7 back in 1995, each episode was an hour and aired once a week. Same again with the 2008 reboot. But in 2024, the Channel 10 iteration was 90 minutes and was originally planned to air 3 nights a week. And when nobody watched it, ended up airing 6 nights a week. The Colosseum didn't even show 9 hours of Gladiators a week at the height of ancient Rome. I'd rather they just play old episodes of Wheel of Fortune, personally. The other thing that made these shows great, actual prizes. I mean, look at all that. There they are. What do you win on modern game shows?
$4,000.
Brianna and Jared, $20,000 richer.
$52,000.
It's been the perfect deal. $75,000 was there. Correct guess, $250 for you. Oh my God.
Congratulations, you just won $250,000.
There's cash here. Here, there's cash, all right? Cash, Robbo? Cash.
It's all just cash. I mean, who cares? As a viewer, what's the difference between watching someone win $1,000 and $30,000 or $100,000? I want to see someone win those golf clubs or that sewing machine, and then hear the voiceover guy tell me some fun facts about the sewing machine.
Introducing the latest in European design and technology, this amazing sewing machine and talented overlocker. Featuring colour-coded threading and powerful motor, combined with all the stitches you will ever require for practical and decorative sewing. Because you deserve the best, Husqvarna.
Look, even the shoes are spinning around. It was great on Sale of the Century when a contestant would win something from the Famous Faces board, and you could tell by their reaction they had absolutely no interest in it.
Who would you like from those famous faces?
Burke, thanks.
From Burke's backyard? Yep. Good luck.
Oh, and keep the family felines queuing up for seconds with this delicious cat food and accessories.
That was great. So why don't game shows have proper prizes anymore? Well, because it's a pain in the arse, mainly. You've got to have prize producers who liaise with the companies and get them to agree to provide their products, and then you've got to physically transport them into the studio and arrange them and light them and employ models to gesture towards them, and in this case, wink not once, but twice.
Yes, Rob, introducing the world's most powerful pocket computer. With on-screen help menus and built-in software, including word processor, this amazing computer also loads external programs via the unique solid-state disks. Complete with spreadsheets, spell checker and hardware, it's from Cytec.
Sure, all those prizes look amazing on TV, but it's a lot of work. Giving away money is much easier. And again, as people started watching TV less and spending more time streaming and on social media, all those companies moved with them, reallocating their marketing budget from television to more targeted advertising online with influencers and personalised ads. Even most of the commercials you see on TV now are just people looking at their phones.
I could have painted that myself.
And that brings us to another lost art. Physical set pieces. Look at that Family Feud set. You've got carpet, you've got lights, you've got a real sign suspended from the ceiling, you've got a big flip dot display. And Wheel of Fortune still had physical letters that needed to be spun around by a real person. I mean, it was a no-brainer really once large customised LED displays and digital graphics became practical, all of that stuff was replaced. Think how much time they would have saved by not having to physically change all the letters after each round. And anyone who remembers catching a bus in the 2000s would recall how often those old flip dot signs would have missing dots. That Family Feud board must have been constantly breaking down. The latest generation of TV game shows are shot in front of a green wall, and aside from maybe some chairs and desks, the entire set is computer generated. Sure, it's cheaper and easier and more versatile for syndication, and you can change the branding or language for different markets without having to build a whole new set, but you do lose that tangible sense of realness. And lastly, what made 90s game shows the best in my opinion? The music and sound effects. Just sit back and have a listen to this audio craftsmanship.
The top 5 answers on the board. Name something you associate with a cow. Gary.
Milk.
Is there milk on the board? Yes, that's the one. Gary, name something you put in your pocket.
Tobacco.
Can we show tobacco? Strike 2.
Your cigarettes.
Do we show your cigarettes in your pocket? 3 strikes, and we'll be back right after the break.
These are the major prizes.
This formal dinner setting for 12 features exquisite silver-plated cutlery and translucent gold-edged china. Fine tableware priced at $4,545 from Stanley Rogers. These matching ladies' and gents' watches are Swiss-made and feature slimline design. Each one is crafted in 18-karat solid gold. They're priced at $8,450 from Longines. Big on features and big on value, the Festiva Trio really is the little car you'll fall in love with. Valued at $12,462 plus on-road costs. Have you driven a Ford lately?
Okay, let's go. Round 1, $400, of course, is top dollar. Rebecca, it's a phrase we're looking for. One of those common old phrases. Ooh, is it going to stop here in time? Oh, I can't believe it. Lose a turn, Rebecca, so over to Mark we go. Uh-oh. Bankrupt, I'm sorry to say, Mark, so over to Susan we go.
C for cat.
A C, yep, there is one C. Takes care of all the consonants, so it is...
To stretch the truth.
That's the one. To stretch the truth. Yes. Well, we'll be back with round 2 in a sec. Mark has $240. Rebecca has $350. Susan's waiting patiently down there. We'll get to you, Susan. Round 2. That's next with the bonus prize. What will it be today, I wonder?
Today's losing contestants receive these fabulous prizes. Especially for joggers and athletes, this sports watch features stopwatch and lap time with exclusive shock sensor from Citizen Watches. Classical elegance is yours with this 18-piece hand-cut crystal glassware set with the compliments of Bohemia. Big enough for a family wash, this retractable clothesline fits almost anywhere. It retracts any time to give you garden space from Austral Easy Hide. And designed for town and country, this fabulous full-length men's riding coat will keep you warm and dry in all types of weather from Dry as a Bone.
Okay, it's a very important round, this one for the champs. The Watt family sit on 0 points over here. They play the Pool family, who have 147. Lisa, come on out. Come on, Gary. Repeat an answer. You'll hear the sound, and we say try again. Now, you're in control, Deb, so pass if you have any problems, and we will come back. You have 20 seconds on the clock. We're playing. Here's question 1. Name something you might find in a child's pencil case.
Pencil.
Try again.
Rubber.
A type of base.
Baseball.
Something you might keep an eye on.
Pass.
Something you associate with the city.
Tall buildings.
Try again.
Pass.
A machine designed for farm use.
Tractor.
Try again.
A hoe.
Something you might keep an eye on. A machine designed for farm use. You said maybe the hoe for 20 points. The survey said no. I'm sorry. Oh.
So good. And that's the original Family Feud ba-bum sound, still used today by FM radio shows. I reckon that's the best one. It's so rough and jarring. You hear this, and you know you made a mistake. It's better than the fluffy remixed version Channel 10 used after they picked up the show in the 2000s. Oh! And obviously an improvement over what they used back in the Channel 9 era. Lyrics! I mean, that could be from any game show. They do compensate for the primitive sound effects with twice as much shag pile carpeting though. But that's peak Family Feud. It's just a fact. So in summary, Australian TV game shows today just aren't as good. And if I had to blame someone for their demise, it would be you. For not watching enough free-to-air television to make traditional game show formats commercially viable. You disgust me. I'm David M. Green. We'll look at some ads in a moment, I promise, but just one more thing from this 1993 episode of Family Feud. Now, if there's one thing Australian TV hosts love to do, it's patronise an American guest. And I'd like to apologise to my US viewers because this just gets worse and worse.
Lisa, how did you meet Mike?
Me and my girlfriends decided it'd be pretty groovy when the submarine when it came in to ring Dial a Sailor.
It was a US nuclear submarine.
Nuclear sub, and we rang Dial a Sailor, and I picked up this one.
And here he is.
Yep. And
After how many years?
We've been married for 2 years now.
And you followed him to where, Mike? Where did you head off to?
Pearl Harbor, Hawaii.
Hawaii, terrific. And you've left the United States Navy to be with this lady and make a life for yourself here in Australia.
Sure did.
For those of you who follow rugby league, I reckon he looks a bit like Glenn Lazarus. What do you think? And we make you very welcome, Mike, to the land down under. Nice to have you along. He's got it together. Hear him out the... He said, get him, Debbie. Come on, let's go. Mike's in the mood for it. We have the top 9 answers on the board in round 1. Family Feud, name a food that's messy to eat. Your brother-in-law, Mike, will give you the first clue. What do you think, Mike?
Ribs.
Show us pizza. Yes! Great answer. Well played. I'm not so sure about the ribs, Mike. I know back home they'd be pretty popular and pretty messy, but here we'll have a look anyway. What did the survey tell us? We had tacos, nachos, hamburgers, and soup we're spilling everywhere. And you got to think Australian now, Mike, all right? And we'll take a break. Easy way to score points, just the one answer. Mike, name something you put in your pocket.
Change.
Are there keys in your pocket? Yes! Yes! Oh, well played, team. Mike's thought there might be change in the pocket as another answer opposed to money, and he might be right. We had one answer left. It was, a tissue. But Mike deserves a little round of applause. He's trying very hard over there. Good on you, Mike.
Yeah, I don't know how much you should rip into a guy who works on a nuclear submarine. I reckon Mike might have been a bit bamboozled by this one, though.
Name something you might find in a child's pencil case. What did you say? A rubber. You think so? The survey said... yes! Top response. Yes, they were the top 2.
And I said to myself, what a country.
Okay, let's watch some ads. No social media in 1993, but they did have letters to the editor. I'll tell you what I think of that right after I go to the toilet.
5 minutes later.
I forgot. Here's an ad that's clearly dubbed.
Stop wishing for really healthy, shiny hair. Go out and get it with Pantene treatment shampoo. My hair was brittle and lifeless. Solution.
Pantene treatment shampoo with provitamin B5 conditioner that meets the strict standards of the Swiss Vitamin Institute. It penetrates from the roots to the tips, making your hair so healthy it shines. Pantene treatment shampoo for hair so healthy it shines.
It won't happen overnight, but it will happen.
At first, I assumed that was one of those American ads that's been dubbed by an Australian because the lips don't quite match, but that is actually Kiwi model Rachel Hunter dubbing herself. You can tell because if it was the original audio recorded during the shoot, you'd also get the sound of the shower.
Solution.
Once you start noticing this sort of thing, you see it everywhere. It's a skill you can develop. It won't happen overnight,
but it will happen.
Well, that's it. Most of the ads on this tape were pretty forgettable. But I'll leave you with this one I imagine would have caused a few parents to lunge for the remote while watching Wheel of Fortune with the kids. See you next time.
Direct from Surfers Paradise comes Australia's hottest export, Manpower Australia, set to explode on stage in their all-new production, World Fantasy. An extravaganza of international characters with that unmistakable Manpower touch. Manpower Australia is not only entertaining, it's visually spectacular. Manpower Australia, the thunder from down under. Book now.
Excuse me for a moment.
And here he is, great to have his company on this great occasion, semi-finals football, a man who knows what finals football is all about. And he is the biggest part of the AFL Live commentary team. Rex Hunt, welcome to you.
Don't know about that, Petey. A very kind good afternoon to you, the Plough and Jack Heaven, and more importantly, David M. Green.
And we'll see you, folks. Thank you very much for joining us. From us, good night, Australia. Keep smiling, won't you? Bye now.
We choose to fly Qantas, the Australian airline. Cast and crew stay at Travelodge all around Australia. When we move with Allied Pickfords, the Careful Movers. Rob Dress by Tony Barlow Menswear. Rob Shoes by John Carandonis. Reference books supplied by Encyclopedia Britannica, Macquarie and Angus and Robertson Bookworld. Hairstyles by Stefan. Contestants receive Valentine chocolates.
In 7 Nightly News tonight, day 3 of the most comprehensive coverage of Victoria's fight against the flood tide and clashes at a union rally against the Kennett government.
Coming up next, Wheel of Fortune, followed by 7 Nightly News.
This is a Chromie television production for the 7 Network Australia. Mark Malone speaking.